destroy all of you. Get ready for death. That's all this coming. You live fast, die young. You're gonna get your wish. Were you still at?
Yeah.
This is St. Matthew chapter 24 verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, the love of many shall wax cold, man. That's why iniquity is about. That's why everybody hates on each other, man. Everybody uses a filter. Everybody uses all this shit to mask themselves. It's like hiding behind a mask.
You don't want you to feel good about yourself either.
Nope.
They want you to live.
They want you to be good, but like,
Exactly. They don't want you to do good. It's like a crab in a bucket mentality.
Back in St. Mark chapter 5, verse 6. But when he saw Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou Son of the Most High? I adjure thee, by Yahweh, that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, My name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. And all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out, and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and there were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea. And they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done.
can you imagine having 2,000 parasites in your brain? That dude that had demons just running through him, man. And he was just totally bugged out, going crazy. And that's how shit's gonna get progressively worse. You people are getting more and more demons on you. Alright? You fucking people that think you're trans, whatever. You got hella demons on you, man. You got hella fucking demons on you. And Esau is only confusing you even more by telling you that it's an actual thing, that you're actually a woman trapped in a man's body. Yeah, because he's not. Look at. Oh, there's a gay gene. You're biologically inherently a gay person. So you got. That's who you are. You were born that way. That's a fucking lie, man. That's a demon. Alright? There is no gay gene. I don't give a shit what you say. There's a gay fucking demon.
They go to the water, man. They put gay bombs in the water to alter people's mind state and shit, man.
That's all just so complicated.
Yeah, they created the fucking gay gene.
I don't believe in genetics anyway.
I believe in genetics as far as
Genealogy.
as your features. You come out looking a certain way.
Oh yeah, that.
But you ain't genetically predisposed to anything.
Yeah.
I don't. Spiritually you are. You have a spirit, but as far as genetics go, all this biology and shit, what it does is it separates the spirit. And basically tries to tell you that you don't have a spirit, that you're just a bunch of chemicals in a bag of meat. No, when your spirit leaves you're more than that. You got a spirit. When your spirit leaves your body, then it's just a fucking sack of meat on it. Sure. But prior to that, you have a spirit. That's why you think your body temperature is at a certain degree. And was it 95 degrees or 98 degrees? 98 degrees, that's hot. That's fucking hot. If you're outside at 98 degree weather, you're burning up, man.
And it could increase.
And you could get sick.
That's what happens if it increases, you get a fever. because you're supposed to be 98. Anything above that is abnormal. It's not normal.
Yeah, because that your body creates that heat to try and kill the virus or whatever's ailing you. That's why you get a fever. You don't get a fever because the virus gives you a fever. A fever is a reaction to fight a virus. It's a defense mechanism. So you heat up. What happens if you overheat? You melt down. You die. Same thing if you get too cold. You die. Right? So your spirit stays. Right? Your body is what dies, and then it goes. Then your spirit leaves. Your body is what changes from hot to cold, but your spirit is energy.
It's always on.
Indestructible.
It's indestructible.
You can't stop it.
It's like Wolverine's claws. No, his claws broke off.
But that's why you got people that get put in certain situations. You might have two people in the same exact situation, but the outcome is different because they got different spirits, which disproves genetics, which disproves biology. Because from a biological standpoint, if two people are put in the same situation, they should react the same, right? They don't, because they got different spirits.
Well, case in point, Jacob is Esau.
Jacob and Esau. They were raised from the same father. They're both Hebrew.
It said two manner of people shall be separated from the womb.
Isaac was a herdsman.
Jacob was a wealthy chicks.
And Jacob was a herdsman. What Esau do? Esau just run out and kill shit.
Playing in the mud. Like he does that.
Jacob over here laboring. He's tending to his herds and flocks. He's tending to his house. He's building up. Esau just a wild man living out in the woods and shit. He said and that spirit carries over to this day because it tells you in the scriptures, neither keepeth he at home. He's always out doing some shit. He's always out running amok, killing shit, setting up coups, deceiving people, lying to this person over here, taking somebody's land over here.
That's the only group of people that just go around and hunting animals, man. I don't know. Just to do it. Yeah, just to do it. I don't know anybody else, any other nation that does that shit.
Just to do it.
Talking about that giraffe is delicious. Made of fucking gun cases. Trophy killers, that's what they call it.
Who else out with dead animals?
You just feel so sad about it, like sorry for the animals that the whole creation grows, man. And you're just like, being an Israelite, you're just like,
but Esau can't.
You're just sad about it, man.
Esau can't fucking can't leave nature alone.
Yeah, have you seen Babylon AD?
Yeah. I've seen it long. I don't remember.
Yeah, with Vin Diesel.
I've seen it long.
The tiger was a clone, like a 7th generation clone. There was no real authentic animals anymore. That's how Esau wants it, man.
Hey, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, I watched it too.
He was like, there's more tigers in captivity in Texas than there are tigers in the whole fucking world.
Yeah.
They got more Edomites that have a tiger in their backyard than there are tigers.
Sad, man. Tigers are like they're more like lone type of creatures, man. Cats or whatever. They don't hunt in packs. They're just like alone all the time, So they don't need to really be around a goddamn Edomite, man.
No script. This is Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regarded the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
The tender mercy of the wicked is cruel, man.
Because they're gonna freak off with the animal. How many stories do we read about that? Bestiality and shit.
It's damn near extinct. Let's take it and put it in captivity and potentially breed them.
Yeah.
Are they all bugged
And
out
what they
still?
do, they made fucking ligers.
Remember that? Yeah.
And the ligers, are an abomination, dude. They die young because they're not supposed to be bred like that. There's not supposed to be any lighters. They crossbreed a tiger and a lion, and what comes out is a fucked up mutant. Yeah, with heart problems and shit. It's over here got asthma and shit. It's like too big for its own body. It's all retarded and shit.
Like some of these dogs, they try to breed too, man. Especially the pit bull, man. They bred the fuck out of the pit bull, man. Now you got bullies and shit. They're all big and muscled and shit. And he's always an asshole, man.
Yeah. He can't just let nothing be natural, man. You gotta make everything the way he wants it. Nothing could ever just be.
Yeah.
Nothing could ever just exist. You know, you gotta fuck with it.
Even the Planet of the Apes, man. He's gonna make our whole fucking like his. Desolate and shit. The Beast Man. They're reading the scrolls and whatnot.
Beware of the Beast Man.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Because what does the word beast mean in Revelations? Bestial man? Someone that's constantly killing and shit?
The lawless individual. Somebody with no morals.
Like
standards.
a Dominus Rex.
Yeah.
From Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
That motherfucker was bred just to kill shit.
It didn't eat nothing.
It didn't eat shit.
It didn't eat any of it. It was just murking shit. It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man.
Ain't nobody as proud as this damn devil, man. Just the fact that he goes around splicing shit, genetically modifying shit.
I'm gonna make my own creation.
Yeah, that's a proud piece of shit, man.
Yeah, that's a demon, man.
And everything that he's doing is backfiring on him.
Esau has no respect for life.
Even the this technology, RFID microchip, that shit is a faulty fucking idea, man. But still, he wants to implant everybody, knowing that, hey, that shit's gonna get a virus. It might stop working. It causes cancer because it's a foreign object being implanted into your body. Your body's gonna fight against it automatically, man. But here, Einstein comes around thinking that he has a master plan, man. Even these cars and shit, fucking nothing but destroying the environment, man.
Well, I mean, it is proven that everything that you see in society that burns fossil fuels, there were people that came up with clean ways to advance, but it didn't make money. They couldn't tax it. They couldn't charge you for it. And so they would kill that person, buy them out, or take the proprietary rights for it and scrap it.
Oh, because of the Rothschilds. I believe Apostle Gabar did a video a while back showing how the Rothschilds were trying to get into the oil market. And that's how plastic came about, because plastic is a byproduct of oil. And that's how you got all these microplastics in the deep underground ocean and shit that they're finding in these microorganisms and everything. Because Esau pushes all that shit out, man. Because he knows it's going to make money. And that's the blood of the earth, so to speak, man. That's why you got a term called fracking, where they try to drill all the oil out. Then you have all the tectonic plates are not able to move. They don't have that lubricant.
Yeah.
So they're all crashing against each other and all this other shit.
That's why there's gonna be that's why there's gonna be so many natural disasters. You know, all this devil's wickedness it has an effect on the earth.
Because really the earth is like not Pandora, but
Pangea.
Not Pangea either. What's that movie called? Motherfuckers with blue and shit.
Avatar?
Yeah, Avatar. It's like that planet Avatar, because everything coexisted and everything needed each other. And it was ecosystem. Yeah, it was ecosystem. It was equilibrium, man. But Esau, that's how this earth is supposed to be. But Esau, man, he just ravaged it, man.
Yeah, ravaged it. Raped it. Raped the earth. Esau's so proud, bro. He went rape, robbed, and murdered indigenous peoples of America. Stole their shit. Put it in museums.
Killed their food.
Now you have all these precious things, history of these native tribes, these jakes, in Esau's museums. Can they get it back? They'll call it, if the rightful owner, if somebody went and said this spear, this is my great grandfather's spear, I want it back, they'll tell you to fuck off. They'll spit in your face. And then if you try and take it, it's called stealing. And they'll lock you the fuck up for trying to take what's yours. What's yours. But you Edomites are gonna give every bro. It's all actually fuck that. This whole place is gonna be destroyed.
It's gonna be a big feast.
You're gonna give back the actual land.
Yeah, the Most High got a big feast for all the fowls of the earth, beasts. Going back to Ezekiel 39 chapter.
This is Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? What shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
That's what Esau says. There is no God. We're just a fucking genetic mutation that happened from some big bang that happened billions of years ago.
What's that one scripture? He should vomit up the riches.
Oh God, that's Job. I had that. I'll get it.
That's what's gonna happen, man. He's gonna vomit up all the shit that he stole.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
That's that vagabond, man. Look up the word vagabond. That's exactly what that scripture is, man. Keep it not at home. He's in everyone's land, man. And then he has a nerve to tell you to go back to your own country. And he's running that country, man. Fucking dope.
Yeah, go back to your own country where I collapsed the economy and raped it and totally fucking turned it into squalor.
Yeah, turn your women into whores and your men into homosexuals.
Go back to your country that I fucking destroyed.
Yeah, because like if you even look at the continent of Africa or Cum, which is the true name, it's like one of the richest, resourceful continents in the world. But it's all driven into the ground because Esau had his hand in it, man.
You know what's crazy is he says go back to your land, go back home, go back to Africa. A lot of people are not even from Africa, we're from Israel.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a bullshit remark in itself because we can't even go back to our homeland.
They're in it.
Because they're in it.
Telegate, pride, telegate, shit.
That's a dude.
That's it. Yeah.
I think that's that one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's
too.
that one.
It is.
It is.
Habakkuk.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Oh, go ahead.
I
thought Jake was going to.
I'll speak on that. It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death.
Hey, he enlarged his desire as hell. And hell means a grave with a pit. A pit is like, it's just a gate. You throw something in there, there's room for more. And that's the way his desire, his greed is, man. Okay, Esau, the so-called white man, he can't be satisfied, man. Here it is, the earth was given into his hand. Okay? Hey, like he said in Job, all right, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He's not satisfied with that. Now what does he want? He wants to go to space.
Oh, I see it. I thought it was.
Trump talking about he wants to build a space army. Space military. For what? So they can go off into other planets. Okay? Now, yes, of course, I watched another movie yesterday. And it was called, and it was called Pandora.
That was movie night.
Yeah, it was movie night. And it was called Pandora, this movie. Where Esau,
I like that.
he done fucked up the planet, and now he wants to go to other planets so he can fuck those ones in, man.
Yeah, like Mars, Elon Musk, trying to go to Mars and shit. Oh, we're gonna build a colony on the moon.
Yeah, because hey, his desires as hell. Like I brought out, the Earth was given into his hand.
It's not enough.
It's not enough for his ass, man. He want more.
He is as death.
He is as death, man.
Everybody dies.
Everybody. His ways are death. Okay, just the cars and the electronics and things going around us. That's all death. Causes cancer.
5G.
You know, 5G, the foods.
Well, I said he is as death, and I said everybody dies. Death swallows up masses of people every day. That's what Esau does. He can't stop gathering. He's a fucking hoarder.
Yeah, they have those commercials like commercials about tobacco. Tobacco kills 10,000 lives a day. They got another one. Drunk driving kills 10,000 a day.
Yeah.
Gun violence. But all this is brought because of you, man.
Heart disease.
All that has been because of you.
Hey, what came about? Like you had all these movements for the tobacco industry,
Yeah.
right? Cigarettes are bad, right?
Now they got vaping bad.
But that's what Esau did.
Yeah.
Esau said, this is Esau's mentality. Esau said this. I'm gonna run you through Esau's mentality right now. He said, all right, all these people are campaigning against cigarettes. That's why we gotta tax cigarettes so high. Now cigarettes went from like $5 to like $8, $10 now, right? But we're gonna introduce a new thing. It's safer than cigarettes. It's called vaping. And we're gonna make it flavorful. We're gonna add strawberry and lemonade and bubble gum.
THC.
And it's gonna be delicious. But it's gonna be just as fucking deadly as a cigarette.
If not worse. Because they're adding electrons to all the smoke.
Yeah. Now all these idiots, now all these assholes that were campaigning against cigarettes are vaping. Welcome to witchcraft 101.
Or even the medical marijuana industry. All that medical marijuana is fucking GMO, man. You know? It's all fucking GMO. Okay? At least like 90, man, it's all GMO.
And it's more potent now than it was back then.
As they say, I don't believe that, but I know it's been all mixed up.
And we'll see it.
Is it the kingdom? Because I don't think anybody
that I'm putting up gold in the kingdom.
I don't think anybody can out to be out shot. I'm pretty sure Yahushua got some strains. Because it's an herb that was created for the healing, man. For healing. Okay?
Good for you.
It's good for you. It is. It's
if
good.
you use it properly.
Yeah. According to the law, which is as a food.
As long as you're not smoking.
Yeah. Or snorting it. You got niggas out there, man, talking about snorting that keef and shit.
Man. And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's
Yeah.
all you in, huh?
Well, that's America in itself.
Yeah,
Great
Babylon.
melting pot.
Babylon.
Well, I mean, America basically runs the UN.
Yeah.
Because they don't abide by none of their laws.
You watch which
I believe it's top 5 countries. It's America, it's Germany, Russia, China's in there as one of the top 5 within the UN. And the other one, I believe, would have to be Britain.
you watch that movie Idiocracy, right? You see the whole thing? You don't remember the end when they're on the time machine? And it's like a ride. And then it was talking about Nazis. It was like Charlie Chaplin fucking tried to take over the world and shit. They show like the little comedian, the old 1940s comedian.
Oh, black and white
Yeah,
shit.
a little Hitler mustache. And then he said, but then came the and the un-Nazi'd the world.
Oh, United Nations.
Yeah. And it was I was like, damn. Because when you watch Idiocracy, there's a lot of funny parts in it, but there's also a lot of dark shit. Dark shit. Like that woman, she got her kid with her, right? And they have the Carl Jr. machine, and it's like, try our extra big ass fries. And so she puts money in the machine, but nothing comes out. And she starts banging on it. And then the machine sprays some dope in her face. And then she's like, the machine starts talking to her. You are an unfit mother. Your children are starving. We will now place your children under the custody of Carl Jr. Carl Jr. cares. You know? And like all these corporations basically took over America. You know what I mean? Which that's exactly America's run. Well, America's not run by the fucking government. America's run by the corporations that Hershey's chocolate, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, these different tech companies, Google.
What proves that? They don't pay taxes.
Yeah, Google, Microsoft. That's who owns America. Those are and they're all so-called Jews, the banks. That's who owns America. And they're all Amalekites. That's who's in the fucking government in the city. They call it an oligarchy.
Well, what did Bauer say though?
If I control your money, I don't give a shit what you say.
I don't give a fuck who writes the law.
Yeah, okay,
The golden rule.
the golden. Whoever has the gold makes the rules. That was the best. Hey, that was the best part of the last one. He said, he had that big ass smile, he had that easy laugh and shit. You know, the golden rule.
I can't watch that.
What? The cartoon.
Oh,
The old school.
The old one. When Aladdin was in prison, he was in the dungeon. And Jafar comes as that old man. And he said, you know the golden rule? Whoever has the golden rule.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just Will Smith because that was Will Smith.
Yeah. Game. But that's Esau does that.
Yeah.
Esau pushes that.
Esau got hella paid, man.
That's why all these young Jakes, these ones that are still in high school, little 18, 17, 16, and young, they're through. They're fucking gay as hell. They're totally fucking, they're castrated, man. They're spiritually castrated.
Generation Z.
It's a bad thing to be a man. Like our generation and up. You know what I mean? Like we're at the brink too, because a lot of motherfuckers from our generation are bugged out too. Like way bugged out. You know what I mean? Being a man is a bad thing these days.
Remember Obama was attacking male masculinity?
Yeah. Talk about mansplaining. I mansplain every fucking thing. Cause I got a dick and balls, that's why.
They don't want men spreading either.
I'm man spread every day. Me coming out here and preaching this word is me man spread. That's why at least you're gonna have these people that when the truth gets out mainstream, like really mainstream, there's gonna be an outrage. There's gonna be an outcry. Look at what these guys are saying.
Yeah, because it goes against
the system.
protocol, man.
Yeah, totally goes against the grain. They call this edgy. We're beyond edgy. We jumped off the cliff.
So yeah, they're gonna be calling us crazy and all types of. They're gonna be demonizing us, man.
Hell yeah.
They gonna call us Beelzebub.
We're the worst thing since Hitler.
And Hitler was a so-called Jew.
Yeah, Schickelgoober.
Schickelburger.
He won Man of the Year, Nobel Peace Prize, all types of shit they don't tell you.
Oh, get second Ezra's the 6th chapter.
So second Esdras.
Talk about Esau as the end of the world. Hey, because remember we started.
You got it?
You get it if you want.
We started the camp with Job 9 and 24, that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Alright, get that?
You want the Esau to get in the world?
Esau's the end. Esau's the end.
This is second Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yeah, which that really started with the Greeks, because that's when Esau really came into power, was during the Greek Empire. So these were the last beasts, the Greek and the Roman Empire. Then you have the Greco-Roman Empire, right? Because what you have in today's society is a mixture of Greek and Roman philosophy. Go ahead. A lot of philosophy comes from Greek. Comes from the Greeks.
Really, it was from Jake.
Which they're, yeah, kind of. But that's why it tells you neither Jew nor Greek.
Like all
those are all Jakes.
Yeah, the mythology,
Plato,
Roman and Greek mythology.
Because Jake was all into all that idolatry.
And Jacob
Came up with all types of horse shit. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Hey, see? Hey, so if you believe that we're in the latter times, if you believe that we're at the end of the world, that this is the time when Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to make his return, which so-called Jesus Christ is going to make his return, then you have to believe that Esau Edom is ruling the world right now. So who is that? You can't get around that.
And then who's the wicked thing?
Exactly.
Then you have to say, okay,
so you can't get around. Right there, you're through already. You're already through. And since so-called white man is ruling the world, that makes you the wicked, and that makes you the end of the world.
that's why you're making all these wasters, man. I like calling them wasters, man.
Wasters, yeah. Waster to destroy. What's that? Isaiah 54? 16? Get that.
They making them just to sit in the museum, man.
This is Isaiah chapter 54 and 16, and it reads, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Who's that? Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer.
Who's what? So-called Jews?
Yep.
Sounds like
German Jews?
German Jew.
Because they're the smart ones.
Because, hey, those Edomite, Amalek didn't get into Israel until 1948. Prior to that, they were all over the place.
Yep.
They were in Germany, they were in Russia, Poland. They were all over Europe. They were scattered all over Europe.
I think Einstein was over there too, wasn't he?
What was the Khazar? What was Khazar? That was like Russia.
Ottoman Turks?
Yeah. That was like Russia. That's why you had the term Khazarian. Khazarian Jews. Khazar. Then you have Ashkenazi, which that's why that one little midget was bugging out about Ashkenaz, which that's Germany, I believe. And you had Ashkenazi Jews.
What
else?
Yeah, it says Khazar were a Semitic or a semi-nomadic Turkic people.
Turks.
Yeah.
The Ottomans.
Because when you go into that Ottoman Turk Empire, half went to Judaism.
Half went to Muslim.
Yeah, Islam.
And I think that's
Oh, it says right here, Ashkenaz in Hebrew refers to Germany, which I don't think.
No, it is. Because that's Jaffa.
Yeah, you're right. That is Japheth.
That's Jaffa.
Ashkenaz.
That's why that little midget was bugging out about that. That's how he was saying, see those Ashkenazi Jews, those so-called white people, those Jaffa. That's why they were called Ashkenazi. But that guy's an idiot.
Yeah, it says, by contrast, are from the areas around the Mediterranean Sea, including Portugal, Spain, the Middle East, and North Africa. It says, during the Jewish Diaspora, which, wasn't that Jake, the Diaspora?
The Diaspora was the actual Israelites.
Yeah, yes, this is it.
So this, when you talk, but they think that it's Jewish. Them being spread about Europe, they think that was the diaspora, and then they all came together.
What else?
When Jacob Rothschild bought the land with the Balfour Declaration in 1948, and then so they bought that land, and state claim to that land. But you had a lot of Muslims that were living in Israel, Jordan, and Palestine. And so they got up in there, and then you see how those so-called Jews are killing off all them Arabs around, all them Arabs in East Indians. There was something called Kagan Boom.
Yeah, Kagan Boom converted
Judaism.
in the 700s, 6 or 7.
I was trying to look that up.
I think Kagan just means king.
I was trying to get that history out. But I don't know how to spell it.
Kagan. K-A-G-A-N, O-N-D-L-O-N. Which I think the Elder Malcolm, I think he breaks that history down a lot too.
He says a Khazar king, so it was one of these Khazarian Amaleks, who led the conversion of the Khazars to Judaism. So that's how.
Which they don't believe in Judaism per se, they believe in the Talmud.
They believe in the Talmud. And I heard some stuff about the Talmud, that the Talmud was basically, it was like, so you had the scriptures. Esau, of course, don't know nothing about the scriptures. So they have the Talmud to explain the things that they can't explain in the scriptures. And that's what the Talmud basically is. The Talmud is pretty much like an Edomite revised Bible. And that's why they go by that. Because what does it say with Daniel 12 and 10?
You want me to finish this in Isaiah?
Oh, yeah.
It's Isaiah chapter 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals of the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
Oh, yeah, that's Joel 2. Joel 2nd chapter. Yeah, because I think that's talking about, basically, because that's the waster is talking about nuclear missiles. Alright.
Isaiah 34 too. The sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Yep. Shall come down upon Idumea.
Yep.
Oh, that one scripture was bad. Oh, that was in Isaiah 34. Super bad. So Isaiah 30.6, the sword of the Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams, For Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had the sacrifice in Basra.
Bible
And
chapter 35.
it says, let's start at Isaiah, I'll get it out. You can get it.
I got it.
What, Isaiah? Well, I got it.
Okay.
I was gonna say someone should get Joel.
I got it.
What, 9? Yeah. But you can get Joel. And then whoever wants to break this one. Isaiah 34:1, it says, "Come nearer, you nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations,
Yeah, the righteous anger, man.
and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter."
Which is foreshadowing, like I always bring out, man, because it hasn't happened yet, but it's prophetic. It's gonna happen. You know, his fury, his righteous anger is gonna be upon all these nations and their armies, man. That's why you see them building up their militaries, man. That's why you see them starting to congregate in the land of Saudi Arabia in that region, man, which they're prophesied to do.
Well, that's why Babylon, Trump has removed them troops from off that region. Saying, oh, we're going to move them out of Syria. But then what happened? Now he's bringing them back to Arabia, which is the Levant. That's the valley of Yehoshaphat, or the mountain of troops, Armageddon.
Yeah.
So they ain't left there. They don't plan to leave there. This is where it's going to crack off. It's right there. That's the hot seat, or the hotbed. Okay? That's where the Lord is actually going to return. Okay? From the east. He gonna pop up right there, man. With guns blazing.
This is Joel 3:9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Be your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord."
This is the angels. Those are his mighty ones. The angels are going to have a plan there too. Going back to Revelation 7 chapter, they're holding back the four winds of destruction, man. They're going to be putting people to death out there too, man.
It says, "Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about."
Yeah, man, it's going to be, hey, even going back to 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, the dragons of Arabia, man. That's where that's where World War III is going to really kick off, man. And all these weaker nations that used to be weak, now they got their military, now they're talking about missiles and this, that, and the third. Now they're saying that they're strong, man. And they're not going to be pushed around by the so-called white man who's Esau in America anymore, man. They're ready for war, like Nicki Minaj ready for war, like Korea. You know?
Stupid bitch.
You know, so shit. Boy.
"Put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full." Hey, we got that scripture, "I have trodden the winepress in my anger."
Yeah, because that's how you crush grapes, man. Oh, in Revelation it says the
Isaiah
blood.
63.
Yeah, Revelation it says the blood should go to a horse's bridle, man.
We gotta get on this.
That's how much death, the bloodshed is going to be out here in the world, man. It's not just going to be America. This is going to affect the whole northern hemisphere, man. The eastern hemisphere, the western hemisphere.
The four winds.
Yeah.
Revelation. Megan.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 15. Actually, I'm going to start it. Yeah, let's just 19:15. "And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh."
Man. So the wine press is the people.
These other nations, man.
The wine press is the people. Anybody that's not written in the book. All right, that's the wine press. It's like he's going to trod them down in his anger, the fierceness of his wrath. So the Lord is coming with fury, with violence. Like Revelation 18 and 21, it says, with violence.
So that great kingdom be thrown down?
Yep.
Or great city?
Great city. So, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming to do violence upon you nations. All right, including a lot of you Jews. The majority of you Jews. You Israelites that don't want to acknowledge your sins, that don't want to acknowledge that you're wicked, that you're a sinner, and look to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for help. The Lord's going to destroy you. Those that reject the word, that come against the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're not going to make it. All right, you're going to be cast down with violence. The Lord's going to do violence against you. Okay. So Joel 3 and 13, put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Yeah, the wickedness reached all the way to the heavens, man. I believe it's in Second Ezra. It says that the wickedness has reached to the heavens. You know, so the Most High is looking at this place in total disgust, man. And that's why he's gonna bring an ass whooping like you've never seen before.
Open up the can of book, man. That's like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, you know how the glass breaks and then his music comes.
Yeah.
That's you always start cracking the clouds, man. It's nothing but stone cold stunners after that. Dropping everybody, man.
So verse 14, multitudes in the valley of decision. Right, we call the valley of decision because the Lord's going to decide your fate.
Yeah.
That's judgment day.
Which really is him just laying the smack of it down it.
Yeah, the smack of it down it. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem. So he's coming from the east. That's
why we pray to the east.
That's why, even in the scriptures, it tells King Solomon made a prayer that said that if your people sin, they transgress. If they face the east and pray, that you forgive them their sins. It says,
and it's like just to back up what you said. And if we were to all do that as a nation, say all Israel were to repent, face the east and pray, the Lord would come back that moment. But that's why Isaiah 69 says that he make the heart of his people fat.
Yeah.
Because prophecy has to be fulfilled. Because if all Jake were to actually listen and believe and do that, the Lord would just pop up like a genie, bro. But he's keep on, the prophecy has to be fulfilled. That's why 2/3 don't believe what we're seeing. You know?
Yep. It says, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Notice how it talks about the Lord judging the heathen, destroying the other nations, but being the hope of salvation for Israel. Right? You can't get around it. It's in the scriptures. You got to be an Israelite. You got to be of the elect. At that. In order to attain salvation. You got to be part of Zion.
The remnant.
The remnant.
You got to be the Israel of the Most High.
Yep. You got to be a man after the Most High's heart. Or at least try to be. I'll go back to this. It says Isaiah 34 and 2, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
That's why he's King of Kings and Lord of Lords, man. He's gonna subdue all these nations, man. You think the Chinese or the Russians, you think they're gonna rule after America's wiped off the map? Hell no, man. Y'all saw coming in on that chariot, man.
Russia's gonna get hit with nuclear missiles.
They gonna get hit. All of them gonna get hit. It says woe unto Babylon, woe unto Asia, woe unto Syria.
Which where Russia's in Asia.
Yep.
Well, I believe in Ezekiel 38, it says that Gog and Magog, the Medes, are going to descend upon his land. So the land, even the land of Israel is going to get destroyed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it has to be cleansed.
Yeah, you know.
So these missiles, man, it's going to be a nuclear exchange. What do they call it? A mutually assured destruction?
Mad.
Mad?
They're mad. The nations are mad.
Hey.
And the Most High, his spirit is going to be in those missiles, man. Then you got these assholes talking about a Patriot missile defense system. That shit ain't finna work.
Oh, it tells you how to Joel, my brother.
Well, just bring out Joel.
I was gonna say something, but I'll just let the scriptures speak.
Want me to start at the top, or?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Joel chapter 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Hey, but which is what we're doing. Blowing the trumpet in Zion. Everybody should tremble. Everybody should be trembling. Everybody should be getting ordering themselves right. Everybody should be praying to the Lord. Everybody should be making their case, man. Working out your salvation. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be preparing. Go ahead.
For the day of the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
So just imagine you're in a setting like that, man. A day of darkness, a day of gloominess. That's like a horror movie, man. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. And then when you think about it, it's gonna be just like that. People are gonna be killing each other, raping, robbing, just like we were going into earlier. And then you're gonna have these missiles being shot off, man.
It reminds me of a Bone Thugs and Harmony music. You got all the thunder and the lightnings in the background.
Oh, the Crossroads?
Not Crossroads, the other one.
Hey, but Crossroads got a heavy bar.
Crossroads heavy.
Because in Crossroads, he said, hey, how's it go? Now tell me what you gonna do when it ain't nowhere to run. Judgment comes for you. Tell me what you gonna do when it ain't nowhere to hide. When judgment comes for you, cause it's gonna come for you. Both thugs go hard, bro.
And they're kind of like lightweight.
They're spiritual.
Spiritually woke.
When Busy Bone, They made that one song. I can't remember which
Busy and Crazy, I think they were on the same track. You did that one song?
They did a song, I think they did a song with, it might have been with Biggie. It might have been that one.
Yeah, Armed and Dangerous, though.
Yeah, but Busy came out and he said, he was like, get ready for Armageddon, this is real truth, bitch.
Yeah.
He said, we not marching, we shooting, we recruiting every day in the ghetto. You know? So they know, man. They know the day of the Lord is not gonna be no peaceful time. Matthew chapter 10:34 says, "Think not that I have come to bring peace. I'm coming with the sword." So all these people should be afraid, but instead they're walking around in great pride. You know, you got these people that they don't think about.
You're cussing me out because I made a video about autosexual. Like, what the fuck? Which is like a term that is used when you really love yourself. Like,
Auto means self.
Like lovers of self. As the scriptures talk about, man.
There's actually people like that.
There is actually people like that. Weirdos.
Some missed stuff on shit.
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. Fire that. I don't want to know.
Jake is reading.
Jake.
It says,
Hey, Jake is reading. Jake is speaking. Jake is speaking.
It's all Jake.
It's all Jake.
It says,
Yeah, we're Jakes without needing.
We're not niggas. Jake. Jake.
No,
Yeah, I am niggas. I am niggas.
Yeah.
I'm Jake. I'm Jake.
it says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
There ain't gonna be no nuclear missiles in the kingdom.
I
Alright?
mean, come on. There will be nobody to
They're too destructive. That's like uncontrolled destruction.
I mean, we're gonna still have that power.
Well, yeah, we have the power.
We ain't gonna use that sword in vain. But our means of punishment is gonna be no rain. You know.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, we'll be able to do that, but we don't need plutonium. We don't need radiation. Well, that shit.
The script?
Yeah.
What do you want? Isaiah 2 and 4 or Micah 4 and 3? Okay. Micah 4 and 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation anymore, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Hey, that's a good example of Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. It says there's a time and a season for everything. There's a time of war and a time of peace. In these times, remember we brought out in another scripture that said to beat your plowshares into swords.
Yep.
In this scripture, it says to beat your swords into plowshares. Why? Because in the kingdom, these heathens ain't gonna have weapons.
They're not going to be jacking each other up. Because that's property. They're our property. They're created to be our servants, our slaves in the earth. What you got two workers at work fucking each other up. You gonna come in there like, what the fuck you gotta do it?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be doing this. Your ass is supposed to be over there doing that.
Over and over like Magneto.
Yeah.
You know? They all remember, I don't know if you remember the movie Matilda, where they had that torture thing called the chokey.
The chokey. Put her in the chokey.
You don't put their ass in the chokey, bro. I guess one of the kids was under the chokey too long and died or some shit.
Never saw him again.
Yeah, but Esau was actually doing that to Gad. He put him in the chokey, the little cabinet.
The Iron Maiden.
Yeah, and then we'll just forget about him and then fucking open it up a week later, even in there rotten. You know?
Because that's the Iron Maiden was a big iron cast bodysuit, I guess you could say. And it had spikes in it everywhere. You were surrounded by spikes. They were closing on you with the spikes. It would be so close that the spike would be touching. So if you moved in any direction, you're getting impaled by the spikes.
Yeah.
So you falling asleep, get a fucking spike in your eye, in your mouth, in your neck. That's fucked up, man. That's hardcore, man. But I was looking at ancient torture devices. They had some shit that was just cool. Or like the Spanish Inquisition. There was one that I saw that they had. It was like a horse's saddle, but it was in the shape of a triangle, and they would sit them on it and then put weights on their ankles, so that the weights would just slowly split in half.
I don't like the one where they saw you asunder.
I think that's worse.
Yeah.
I think the saddle thing was worse.
You know, Jake is very sensitive about his private parts. And you're hanging upside down and they're just sawing your shit.
That's bad.
Fuck that.
But I think like sitting on something for a week, but you got this thing like up in here after a week. That's you get infection, you fucking dying of infection and shit. And eventually you'll be dead. They'll just leave you on that shit until you just split in half.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chisel. You Which is
Yeah, or they have one where they would stretch you out on it, lay you on your stomach and stretch you out on it, and then it had gears.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Where your stomach is, and they'll crank it, and then it'll just rip you, and then it'll rip your guts out, and just crank your guts. And they said that device was used as a tactic to get people to talk, because they would have you watch this dude get his shit ripped out.
Y'all need this waterboard to fuck that.
That's horrible too.
Which I was talking to this dude that was in the military, and he was saying that was his job, to torture people and shit. And he was like, yeah, we would hang them upside down so all the blood could rush to their head, and we'll waterboard them and all this other shit. I was like, man, scumbag piece of shit. You know, it's fucking you might have been, man. Well, he might have been, I don't know.
Shit.
He might have been a Jake though. He was all fucked up. Every time I picked his ass up, we went to go buy him a fucking sack of heroin and shit.
God damn.
But I didn't have any money. It was just ride share for me. So. But all of them, the military strung the fuck out.
Well, yeah, especially because they're not going to war for any righteous cause, and the majority of the time, they're going busting into just regular villagers' houses, and raping bitches and molesting kids, putting families to death for no reason, just fucking just to do it. There was a clip I listened to of a soldier talking about. He was saying wherever we would go, we would set up, like any town, any village, we would choose a house and we would set up there, and whoever was in that house is gonna get wrecked.
It looked like an Edomite dude.
It was an Edomite dude.
Oh, I was just judging off the parents. It kind of looked like Edom.
And then they want people to have sympathy for their ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's I don't know. Yahweh Shem Yahushua has his elect. There's brothers on that preach that were in the military.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm talking about really just.
Oh no, but I'm
Esau,
just saying for balance.
Yeah.
That not everybody that's like.
The other brother Barack in LA, man, in the military.
And a few. That brother.
Dawah was in the military.
Apostle Rockwell.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, not everybody there's a cop or there's like who was in the military has that mentality. You know, I'm sure you got people that are cops that listen to the truth, probably get out.
Well, the scripture mentioned the centurion.
Centurion, that's the same.
He's got to be backstage.
That's the same thing. Centurion, that's like a soldier, a cop.
The captain of 100.
Law enforcement.
Nate Dogg's a cop.
Yeah, he's wicked.
Oh yeah, but Nate Dogg, yeah, that guy.
He ain't right. Slytherin, snake. Snake. That's a good one. I like that. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Back in Joel chapter 2, it says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not ever been the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
Hey, that's the waster.
Yeah, you're gonna have biblical A Fox hiding in a manhole underneath the subway station and shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? Independence Day? Yeah.
That shit gonna burn, baby,
Yeah, you gonna
burn.
get melted. Really? Like, the people that are gonna be in bunkers and shit like that, they're gonna try and hide from destruction. The only thing that's really gonna happen is that your bunker is gonna turn into a fucking oven, and you're gonna cook. You're just gonna melt. You're just gonna be like rotisserie.
Yeah, because them nuclear bombs, man, they create big ass fucking craters, man.
Yeah. It don't matter how deep you go, you're gonna cook. The day coming that shall burn as an oven. And then the whole, talk about global warming, when these nuclear missiles hit all over the world, the whole earth is gonna heat up. The whole earth is gonna become hot. The ocean's gonna boil. Earthquake, all kinds of stuff is gonna happen.
Well, it says in the scriptures,
The ozone layer is gonna be destroyed.
yeah, it's going real to and fro.
The sun is gonna cook you. If you're in somewhere that doesn't get hit by nuclear missiles, the sun can cook you. You got the sun, those rays, you're gonna boil up. You're gonna burn up. Because the ozone layer is gonna be destroyed. You know? The earth is gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. Well, it has to be renewed.
Yeah. Well, it's gotta be restored. Well, I mean,
It's just like the flood.
Yeah.
It was a Pangea, then the flood separated all the land, and it was a new earth.
Oh, you got Revelation 9.
Yeah.